Welcome to Omni Dental Podcast.
Glad to be here.
I'm your host, and today, we're really zooming in on something pretty significant, replacing a whole arch of teeth.
It's a big decision for many people.
Definitely. And Omni Dental of Arlington Heights, they've been focusing on this, helping patients get these healthy, confident smiles for, 15 years now?
That's right, 15 years. And, they've successfully placed and restored over 2,000 dental implants in that time. It's quite a track record.
Impressive.
Yeah.
And leading the charge is Dr. Bolas Poles, DDS. His background covers general, cosmetic, preventive dentistry, and importantly for today, a lot of expertise in dental implants.
Yes, including handling things like dental injuries and emergencies. He really knows his stuff. You can actually download his ICOI newsletter for more insights, by the way.
Good tip. So for this deep dive, we're focusing on why someone might choose a full arch of dental implants, especially if they're, say, missing all their teeth or maybe facing that prospect.
Exactly. We're going to break down the 5 key benefits, really trying to understand why, particularly looking ahead to, say, 2025 technology and understanding, this might be a superior path compared to traditional dentures for many.
Okay, makes sense. So we're distilling the key advantages from the information out there on full arch implants,
making it easy to grasp why they're such a compelling option.
All right, let's jump in. Benefit number 1. I'm guessing comfort is high on the list. I hear dentures can sometimes be, tricky.
That's a great place to start. Yes, comfort. Traditional dentures, because they rest on the gums, they can sometimes rub, cause irritation.
And they can slip, right? That's the classic complaint.
Precisely. That slipping or movement can be a real source of discomfort and, frankly, embarrassment for some people.
Okay, so how do implants solve that?
Well, this is where they fundamentally differ. Dental implants are anchored, really anchored, directly into your jawbone.
Like artificial tooth roots.
Exactly like artificial roots. So that secure fit, it completely eliminates any slipping or movement. That's the first huge benefit. Enhanced comfort.
So no rubbing, no sore spots from movement?
None of that. People often say they can eat and speak with total confidence without worrying about clicking sounds or things shifting. It feels, natural.
Which perfectly tees up the second benefit, I imagine, that natural appearance and feel.
It does. With dentures, achieving a look that's, indistinguishable from natural teeth can sometimes be difficult. And again, if they shift...
Kind of brace the illusion, maybe.
It can, yeah. But because implants provide that solid foundation fused right into the jawbone...
That osseointegration thing you mentioned.
Exactly, osseointegration. That direct connection allows the replacement teeth, the crown, the bridge, the full arch, to look and function much more like your original teeth.
Function is key too, isn't it? Not just looks.
Absolutely. It's about being able to bite and chew properly, feeling that stability. It all ties back into regaining confidence, feeling like yourself again.
I can see that. No holding back in conversations or when eating.
Right. You're not self-conscious about potential mishaps. It lets you just live your life.
Okay, so comfort, natural look and feel. What about just day-to-day living? Benefit number 3, maybe ease of care. Dentures seem like they involve a bit of a routine.
We do. There's the removing them for cleaning, the soaking, sometimes using adhesives to keep them in place. It's a process.
Kind of a hassle?
It can be for some, yes. Now compare that to dental implants. The maintenance is, remarkably straightforward.
Oh, so?
Basically, you just brush and floss them like you would your natural teeth.
Really? That's it?
Pretty much. Because they're fixed in place and designed to mimic natural teeth, you don't have those extra nooks and crannies that dentures might have where food can get trapped easily.
Ah, okay. So cleaning is simpler, more intuitive, maybe.
Much more. If it's right into a normal oral hygiene routine, definitely easier care and maintenance.
That's a definite plus. All right, benefit number 4. This one sounds really important. Preserving the jawbone and facial structure. I don't think people always connect tooth loss with bone changes.
It's such a critical point and often overlooked. When you lose a tooth, the root is gone too, obviously.
Right.
And that tooth root was stimulating the jawbone every time you chewed. Without that stimulation, the bone in that area starts to, shrink. It resorbs.
The body just thinks it's not needed anymore.
Essentially, yes. It starts to deteriorate over time. Think of it like a muscle you stop using.
Okay, so how do implants change that equation?
Implants act as those artificial tooth roots we talked about. When they're placed in the jawbone and you chew on the replacement teeth, they transmit those chewing forces into the bone.
Providing that missing stimulation.
Exactly. They stimulate bone growth and help maintain its density and volume. They actively preserve the jawbone.
Dentures. They don't do that.
No, because they just rest on top of the gums. They don't provide any direct stimulation to the bone beneath. In fact, sometimes the pressure can even slightly accelerate bone loss over the very long term.
Wow, okay. And this connects to facial structure how?
If you lose significant jawbone, especially in a full arch situation, that underlying support for your cheeks and lips diminishes. That's what can lead to that sort of sunken in look around the mouth, making people look older prematurely.
So implants help prevent that by keeping the bone strong.
Precisely. They help maintain your natural facial contours. It's a huge benefit beyond just having teeth.
Definitely seems like a foundational benefit.
Okay.
Okay, last one on our list, benefit number 5, durability. How long are these things meant to last?
Well, this is another area where implants really shine. They are designed fundamentally to be a long-term, potentially lifelong solution.
Lifelong. Seriously.
With proper care, yes. That means, consistent brushing and flossing and keeping up with regular dental checkups and cleanings. If you maintain them well, dental implants have a very high success rate and can indeed last a lifetime.
That's incredible compared to dentures. What's their usual lifespan?
Traditional dentures typically need replacing or relining much more often, usually somewhere in the range of, say, 5 to 7 years on average, as wear and tear occur and the jaw changes underneath them.
So implants might seem like a bigger investment up front, but over the long haul.
Over the long haul, their durability can make them a very stable and potentially more cost-effective solution. You're not facing repeated replacement costs, typically.
Okay, let's recap quickly. The 5 big advantages we've hit are enhanced comfort,
No slipping or rubbing.
a more natural appearance and function,
Looks and feels like your own teeth.
much easier care and maintenance.
Just brush and floss.
Crucially, preserving the jawbone and facial structure.
Preventing that sunken look.
And finally, the potential for lifelong durability.
A long-term investment in your health and smile.
Those are some really compelling points for anyone considering full arch replacement, especially compared to maybe older methods.
Absolutely. And that kind of comprehensive care is exactly what Omni Dental of Arlington Heights focuses on. Remember, 15 years of experience, over 2,000 implants.
Right.
Their team, led by Dr. Poles, is really skilled at evaluating if implants are the best choice for an individual's specific situation.
And the process itself.
Yeah.
Recovery.
Most patients report that the recovery time is actually quite manageable, often with less discomfort than they anticipated.
Good to know. So if someone listening is thinking, maybe this is for me, what should they do?
Well, the best step is to learn more directly. You can contact Omni Dental to ask questions or, even better, schedule a consultation to discuss your specific needs.
And the number for that.
It's 847-483-8833.
We'll repeat that, 847-483-8833.
Let me repeat that. 847-483-8833. And they're located, just for reference, at 305 East Rand Road in Arlington Heights, Illinois.
That's the one. Perfect. So as we wrap up this deep dive, we've covered these 5 key benefits. It really seems like full arch implants offer a lot more than just filling space, doesn't it?
It really does. It's about restoring comfort, confidence, function, preserving your facial structure. It's quite comprehensive.
So maybe a final thought for our listeners to ponder?
Yeah, maybe think beyond just the idea of replacing teeth. Consider how reclaiming that comfort, that natural smile and function, and knowing you're preserving your underlying bone structure.
Yeah.
How could those long-term benefits truly impact your overall quality of life, your well-being day in and day out?
That's a great question to leave people with. Definitely worth exploring the info on the Omni Dental website or giving their office a call.
Absolutely. Taking that first step to get informed is key.